Charlie was opportunity to show what they could do. Two transfer, Ellen, Hayden, and Isaiah. They add some different things to the room. You got a young guy like Michael. He's here in the spring. He's still fresh out of high school. He did some good things in the spring. And then Brandon Hood, who just came out of high school. So those guys, I feel good. We get one of those guys in. They know their assignments. And one thing about it, like you said, the room is great chemistry. It's a friendly competition, but they know, like, at this point, you got to start yourself. We have different elements of the room. Isaiah, he brings up a bigger body. We got guys can run in between the tackles, guys can catch the ball, like the transfer kid. I feel good about it. Great kids that run well and they compete.
Is it a reset on the depth chart, or because maybe Micah was here early, does he have a little edge in that?
Like they all will get a chance to go with the ones. Charlie, he earned it, he deserves it. He'll be the guy that lead the reps. But then as we go through practice, Micah will get a chance to go with Shador, and the two transfer, Isaiah and they'll get a chance to go with Shador as well, somewhere through our practice. So once we go through a week, maybe a week and a half, we'll find that chemistry. But I'm going to give them opportunity. They have to make sure they make Shador feel comfortable with them in the game. So they'll have the opportunities. They're going to know their assignments. They have the opportunity to perform. We're graded every day, so it's on them. That's all we can do is coach them to this point, prepare them, put them on the field, and see how they execute.
In your perfect world, do you have a workhorse and then guys who kind of spell him, or would you prefer the kind of by committee approach throughout the season?
In today's game, you gotta have two. So, and that's the process we're going through because we're so deep in talent, and those guys do a great job. We're going to give them equal opportunity to show who are the best two guys, because it's hard to have three running backs in the game because of the reps. We have a scheme. We have a great quarterback. We're going to throw the ball here and there, but we're going to run the football. Because Brian's main thing is the physicality and being able to run the football this year. So our top two guys got to understand that. We want that one guy to be an all-purpose guy, every down back, absolutely. But we know we're going to need two guys. If it's Charlie and it's Micah, if it's Micah and if it's Isaiah or Dallin and Charlie, this game, one thing about game and life, it reveals itself. And we'll get to that point where those two guys have an opportunity to showcase themselves on August 29th.
How much of that to you is having two guys that have complementary skill sets, and how much of it is, hey, these are our two best guys, even if they do similar things well?
Both things. Guys that really complement what Coach Sherman's trying to get done, and the best two guys physically, mentally, that get things done. You want a combination of those things, but we got to find a true fit. If it's two guys that complement the offense, and you might have a guy that's very in talent but blows assignments and don't understand, we're going to go with a guy that understands Coach Sherman's philosophy, his scheme, because they're going to get things done and we'll be able to win ball games that way. So everything you said is correct, but we'd like to have a combination of those things, but whatever we have at that particular time between those two young men, we'll make a decision and roll in that direction.
You talk about Coach Shermer's philosophy and themes this year. How does the offense feel different, and how is he going to further incorporate the run?
Everything is built around the quarterback that we have. We have the best quarterback in the country, so a lot of things we have is going to fit him as far as throwing the football and understand the box and know when to change the play, plus if they run the play or stick with the pass. So, Coach Sherman's an NFL guy. He understands that. He's a man that understands the run game. So we're going to make sure that everything that we have based on what the defense give us. If you're going to pack the box, then Shador's going to have a field day throwing the ball, deep and underneath the Travis and Jimmy Horn, those guys that we have. If you want to take away the pass and have two deep and play those games, then we have guys up front that we kind of change and manifest to give us opportunity to run the football, and guys in the backfield understand their role. So whatever the defense give us, we're going to make sure that we coach our guys up, and based on the scheme, it kind of dictates how we're going to perform that week based on what the defense gives us.
He wasn't a starter at Ohio State. He's obviously been there 2 years. He ran the ball quite a bit. Are you seeing that experience pay off to where he's maybe got kind of a pro mindset in a way because he's been on a winning program?
He does. He comes into it. He's not very egotistic. You would think someone that comes from that program, that play, even though he don't have a whole lot of reps, they would come with a mindset like, I should be getting reps with the ones immediately. But he came in, his approach was very professional. He came in, learned well, he took his time as far as learning the scheme. He does a good job with the players. He has a sit-back approach. He likes to observe, ask questions, be real sure of himself and they go out and perform. And that's what I like about him. He's not in a rush to get to where he's going, but he's going to play a valuable role to what we have going on this year.
Over the summer, in various interviews, Coach Prime talked about how year one was about restoring hope, and year two is expectation. Have you seen that change and maybe a mentality shift with him as far as how he reacts and connects to the staff and the players?
As far as Coach Prime?
Yes.
Yeah, one thing about Coach Prime, when he comes to work, with the same approach. His message is going to be the message. It's going to be very clear. You know, like I said, the hope that we had some hope last year. We kind of fell off towards the end, so he kind of installed that every day during the offseason about holding everyone accountable. You know, so the expectation. You know, his expectation is now. We're not waiting for year 3 to win. We're not waiting for mid-season to everything click. He has that for now. So he has that now approach. So every day he comes in to work, his mentality, his thought process, his message, his philosophy is the same. He don't deviate from it. That's why he's Deion Sanders. And as a player, as a coach, as a player that's underneath him, you have no choice but to adapt to that. Or you will get surpassed, or you will get someone that has to be replaced. And that's the bottom line. That's where we are right now. We are right now trying to win. We're not trying to wait to see what's going to happen. We believe we're going to win. It's not if, we're saying that we are going to win. And that's the mentality.
Last question for Coach. You talk about the running backs being issued. How are they going to factor into the passing game this year?
One, protection. If you can't protect, you know, with the O-line and fit in where you need to fit in. If you're going assignments where your guy's making a sack on our most valuable player, you won't be in the game. So that's where it starts. You know, we're runners. We're going to be able to run the football. We're going to know our assignments, but protection and ball security is the top two things. So to your question, you got to be able to protect, understand the protection, and know where you fit in.